Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff swears by boring agility workouts and fruit salad, a routine built for longevity. Like most 21-year-olds, Coco Gauff is not a morning person. Sure, she's getting up at the crack of dawn, but not before hitting the snooze button for at least an hour first. I'm one of those people that needs a pre-alarm. So I'll put an alarm super early at 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and then go back to sleep, and then probably get out of bed at 6:30, Gauff told Business Insider. Gauff made her debut as a tennis pro at age 14, and hasn't looked back. She burst onto the scene, beating her idol, Venus Williams, at just 15 at Wimbledon. Since then, she's won 2 Grand Slams, the 2023 U.S. Open and the 2025 French Open, placing her among the most accomplished female athletes in the world. Along the way, she's netted endorsements with global brands like Rolex, Ray-Ban, and New Balance, including a signature shoe. As of 2025, Gauff is pulling in an estimated $25 million in endorsements, plus around $12.2 million in winnings, according to Forbes. All this before most young adults have even graduated from college. Every day of training is still an investment in her future, Gauff told Business Insider in an interview ahead of the U.S. Open, arranged through her latest partnership, a signature smoothie from Naked. Gauff's approach to her career is a study in contrasts between Gen Z nonchalance and the underlying edge of discipline befitting a veteran athlete. Her training regimen centers on agility as much as strength, and she's adjusted her serve to be more about spin than speed. Still, she chafes against precision diets, often raw-dogging a workout, going without snacks, and trying not to think too hard about what's on her plate. Striking that balance, finding the synergy of rigorous training with a flexible diet, is the foundation of Gauff's athleticism and how she plans to keep growing her legacy. Working out for longevity. Gauff starts her workouts at 8 a.m. to beat the sweltering midday heat, a year-round staple of Delray Beach, Florida, where she lives with her parents. I'm still waking up in the morning. There's no mindset to go into it. But by the time my hour warm-up is ready, then I'm fully awake, she said. Beyond practicing tennis skills, Gauff spends long hours of strength training to build resilience, with exercises linked to longevity benefits, too. She uses movement combos to train for explosive power, like a weighted squat to a box jump. Exercises like banded monster walks and toe lifts help boost agility and protect the joints, muscles, and bones from wear and tear. The main thing is a lot of injury prevention, which is great for any sport, but especially in tennis, because you are using those smaller muscles that you may not work on as much, Gauff said. It's a lot of really boring exercises that actually matter a lot. It might not be flashy, but it works. I haven't had a big injury yet, so I'm going to keep doing it, she said. How to eat like an athlete. Even harder than the training itself is finding the time and energy for the full-time job of eating like a pro athlete. The biggest sports stars typically have their nutrition dialed into an exact science. A strict meal schedule ensures the right balance of calories for peak performance, so an athlete isn't too hungry, too full, or suffering indigestion at a critical moment. For instance, Michael Phelps relied on massive amounts of pasta, omelets, and sandwiches to power his gold medal training. NFL icon Tom Brady finessed every last detail of his diet, from the exact specs of his smoothie recipe to the pH level of his veggie selection. That's not how Gauff does it. I just go out there and raw dog it, to be honest, Gauff said about her strategy to stay fueled during training. It's a habit she's working to change, eating more regularly to make sure she's getting the right nutrients and to prevent excessive strain on her body. My hardest part is definitely fueling while I'm having those long practices because I don't feel really hungry, she said. Her go-to snack is fruit, carbs for quick energy and to help with muscle recovery. During the 2023 U.S. Open, she went viral for eating fruit salad out of a reusable plastic container between matches. Her mom or dad packs it for her pre-competition, and ingredients vary. Often pineapple, her favorite, grapes, honeydew, cantaloupe, or watermelon. Gauff said she also aims to get protein throughout the day from shakes and lots of eggs. When her appetite cooperates, she'll have eggs paired with toast for breakfast around 7:30 a.m. before working out and hard-boiled as a snack after the first training session ends around 11 a.m. I always need protein. I take protein after practice, but to have it throughout the day on the go definitely helps a lot, she said. Lunch and dinner are often salads, lean meats like chicken, and potatoes for more carbs. Right now, she doesn't stick to a specific diet, a habit ingrained in her by her parents, who wanted her to avoid restriction and still be able to eat like a teenager even after she went pro. She loves fast food like burgers and fries or Chick-fil-A. She also enjoys sweet treats like brownies and ice cream, and if she had her way, would eat pancakes for breakfast every day. Women's Health reported, "I feel like as long as you're getting what you need, then everything is good in moderation," Gauff told Business Insider. At the ripe old age of 21, however, Gauff told me she's becoming more aware of what she eats. That's why protein, optimal hydration, and more regular snacking have become priorities. Still, the best part of her routine is when she finishes her to-do list at around 2 p.m. and gets to go back to being just like any other 20-something. I just kind of have the day to myself to do whatever I do, whether it's go out with friends or literally just sit at home and do nothing, she said. Coco Gauff laughs when you ask her about the secrets behind her game. "You're going to be disappointed," she warns, stretching her legs out on the locker room bench. "It's boring. Like really boring. But here's the thing. Nothing about Coco Gauff's game is boring. From her blistering backhand to her laser-focused court presence, the 21-year-old tennis phenom has spent the past few seasons turning consistency into dominance. Her matches are electric, her footwork sharp, and her court coverage unrelenting. So when she describes her daily routine as boring, it's hard to believe until you dig into it. Her secret? Agility drills. And fruit salad. Yes, really. The long game. I used to want to be flashy with my workouts, Gauff admits. I thought I needed to do these high-tech, high-intensity Instagram-looking exercises. But honestly, nothing beats the fundamentals. Ladder drills, cone drills, quick feet, balance work. It's not sexy, but it works. Gauff's commitment to boring workouts is part of a broader shift in her mindset, longevity over spectacle. After bursting onto the scene at just 15 years old, Gauff has grown up under the spotlight. Now, entering her mid-20s, she's thinking ahead, not just about the next Grand Slam, but about sustaining a career that could stretch into her 30s and beyond. Longevity doesn't come from being the fastest or strongest for one season, she says. It comes from being the most consistent for 10. That consistency begins with a daily regimen that prioritizes joint health, balance, and reactive speed. Her team, led by longtime trainer Corey Chambers, has stripped her workouts back to the fundamentals. Agility is everything in tennis, Chambers explains. It's the ability to change direction, stay light on your feet, and prevent injury in explosive movements. We work on proprioception, knowing where your body is in space, and we do it every single day. The boring stuff works. A typical morning at Gauff's training facility in Florida starts with a dynamic warm-up. Think resistance bands, mobility flows, and core activation. Then comes the part Gauff jokingly calls the snooze fest, an hour of footwork drills, ladders, hurdles, cone changes, reaction balls, shuffle patterns, over and over again. We're not reinventing the wheel, Chambers says, but we're turning it every day. The results are evident on the court. In long rallies, Gauff moves like a chess master, always a step ahead, always balanced. Her recovery steps are textbook. Her transitions, seamless. The boring training has built a game that doesn't just look good under pressure. It thrives there. Tennis legend Serena Williams once said, "Champions keep playing until they get it right." Gauff adds a modern twist. Champions keep drilling until they don't get it wrong. Fruit salad and focus. Off the court, Gauff's habits are equally unflashy and equally effective. Her favorite snack? A homemade fruit salad. Daily. People tease me about it. She laughs. But I swear by it. Every morning, I chop up whatever's in season. Mango, pineapple, kiwi, strawberries, watermelon, and I make a giant bowl. That's my pre-practice energy. Fruit salad might sound simple, but for Gauff, it's more than a snack. It's part of a philosophy. I used to be obsessed with macros and supplements, she says. Now I just try to eat whole foods that I enjoy. Fruit makes me feel good, so I eat it. That's it. Gauff's nutritionist, Angela Moreno, explains the science. Fruit is high in antioxidants, fiber, natural sugars, and hydration, all crucial for recovery and performance. And when an athlete enjoys what they eat, compliance is never an issue. And Gauff isn't just slicing fruit, she's building rituals. Every Sunday, she visits the local farmer's market. She knows her vendors by name. She picks produce with her mom, Candy. It's their version of family time, baskets, sunlight, and fresh peaches. Still just Coco. Despite the global fame, the endorsement deals, the Grand Slam titles, and the pressure of being the next big thing, Gauff seems remarkably grounded. Maybe it's the routine. Maybe it's the fruit salad. Maybe it's just Coco. I love this sport, but I've learned not to let it define me entirely, she says. When I'm not training, I'm painting, reading, walking my dog, or trying out weird hobbies like learning the ukulele. I'm really bad at it, by the way. The balance shows. Gauff speaks with the clarity of someone who knows who she is, not just as a tennis player, but as a person. I'm not chasing perfection, she says. I'm chasing peace, sustainability, and joy. A new era of athletes. In many ways, Gauff represents a shift in the culture of elite sport. Where previous generations might have sacrificed everything for the peak, Gauff is building a slow burn, a methodical, intentional, and yes, occasionally boring path to greatness. And she's not alone. More young athletes are choosing sustainability over burnout, process over performance. Gauff just happens to be leading the charge, fruit bowl in hand. I think there's this misconception that greatness has to look like suffering, she says. Like you have to be running until you collapse or eating nothing but chicken breast and spinach. But I don't believe that. I think you can smile, eat fruit salad, do your agility drills, and still win. Legacy in motion. As the U.S. Open approaches, Gauff is once again a favorite. But whether she wins or not, her impact is already undeniable. She's redefining what elite preparation looks like, says sports psychologist Dr. Nina Park. Not just physically, but mentally. She's proving that simplicity, routine, and enjoyment are not weaknesses, they're strengths. Gauff agrees. I'm not in a rush, she says. I'm building a career that lasts, not a moment that fades. If that means some boring drills and a fruit salad a day, I'll take it. So will we. Because if this is what boring looks like, we should all be a little more boring.